South Korea unveils monster missile to deter North Korea. Our next story is from South Korea. They have built a new missile, bigger, faster, and more powerful than anything they've made before. It's called the Hyunmoo 5. Locals call it the monster missile. Experts say it's a bunker buster. It's a weapon that can strike deep underground targets with pinpoint precision. And it's more than just a missile, it's also a message. Seoul wants to shift the balance of power in the region. After decades of relying on American protection, South Korea now wants to defend itself with homegrown firepower. The goal is clear: to match North Korea's missile buildup at a time when Kim Jong-un is testing more rockets than ever before. Here's a report. South Korea is building a new weapon. It's called Hyunmoo 5. But the locals have a different name for it. They call it the monster missile. It's the biggest ballistic missile South Korea has ever made, and it signals a major change in the country's defense strategy. For decades, South Korea depended on the United States for protection. But rising tensions with North Korea have changed that. Seoul now wants to rely more on its own strength. So what is the Hyunmoo 5? It's a massive surface-to-surface missile. It weighs around 36 tons. That's roughly the weight of a heavy truck. It can carry a warhead weighing up to 8 tons. That makes it one of the most powerful non-nuclear missiles in the entire world. The Hyunmoo 5 is a bunker buster. That means it can hit underground targets. Targets like tunnels or bunkers where North Korea's leaders might hide during a war. It's around 16 meters long. It can be launched from a mobile vehicle. That makes it harder to track and easier to move. Its range varies. With a heavy warhead, it can travel around 600 kilometers. With a lighter one, it can go more than 5,000 kilometers. That puts all of North Korea and parts of China and Russia within range. The idea for this missile came years ago. In 2010, North Korea attacked the South twice. It sank the Cheonan warship. Then it shelled Yongpyong Island. 50 South Koreans were killed. Those attacks changed Seoul's thinking. South Korea realized it needed a stronger deterrent. But it doesn't have nuclear weapons. It relies on the U.S. nuclear umbrella, a defense promise from Washington. So South Korea chose another path. If it couldn't build nuclear weapons, it would build the most powerful conventional ones instead. That's where Hyunmoo 5 comes in. At first, the project was restricted. U.S. rules limited how large South Korean missiles could be, but in 2017, Donald Trump lifted those limits. That happened soon after North Korea tested a hydrogen bomb. With that approval, the Hyunmoo 5 development was accelerated. Now South Korea plans to deploy the missile by the end of this year. Defense Minister Ahn Kyubok says the country must build a considerable number of them. His goal: to create what he calls a balance of terror. In simple terms, it means matching North Korea's threat with equal force. President Lee Jae-myung supports that vision. He wants South Korea to become more self-reliant in defense. He has criticized what he calls a submissive mindset, the belief that Seoul cannot defend itself without outside help. The missile also fits into South Korea's growing defense industry. The country now spends more than North Korea's entire GDP on its military every year. It ranks 5th in global military strength. And its arms exports are rising fast, especially after the war in Ukraine. At a recent arms fair in Seoul, President Lee promised even bigger defense spending. He wants South Korea to become the world's 4th largest defense exporter. But the big question remains: will the Hyunmoo 5 keep the peace or make tensions worse? North Korea has already shown off its own new missile, the Hwasong-20. It's an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of reaching the U.S. mainland. For South Korea, the Hyunmoo 5 is not just a weapon. It's a statement, a sign that the country is ready to defend itself and that it no longer wants to rely only on allies. But in a region already tense with nuclear weapons and rival missiles, every new move adds more pressure. The monster missile may bring balance, or it may bring the next great test for peace on the Korean peninsula. Hit subscribe for more content, and thank you for supporting us.